Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV. Hope you're all doing very, very well today. I am. I've just been down the gym and I just got back and I thought, I'm going to do another video for you guys. Nothing much happened in the summer transfer window on the incoming side for Man City. And suddenly, all the activity seems to be taking place. A lot going on. I'm not going to go through that in this video, but yesterday, hot on the heels of Bernardo Silva agreeing a contract extension for a year, we learned that City look like they're going to be buying Matheus Nunes. Now, that's a name that cropped up a few days ago, and it seems City have moved very, very quickly on this. We do know we need midfield reinforcements. We do know the Paqueta deal went south because of obviously the betting issues that he's got, the gambling issues there. And the way City do their transfer business is they have a number one target, they have a number two target, and they have a number three target. So I'm guessing Paqueta probably was their number one target. That's not going to happen. Let's look at the other people on the list. The other people on the list aren't there as also-rans. They're very, very good players in their own right. Names have been mentioned. There's been Eze from Crystal Palace. I think he's more of a winger for me. And there's been Matheus Nunes has been mentioned. And that seems to have moved very, very quickly. Now, Fabrizio Romano's reporting that personal terms have been agreed. Well, if you're going to bid for a player, you normally do that unless you're Liverpool, who put that bid in for Caicedo and hadn't agreed it with the player. And as soon as their bid was won, you know, that whatever it was, 110, 111 million pounds, Klopp texted Caicedo, and Caicedo texted Klopp saying, I want to go to Chelsea. I mean, you've got to be so inept in this day and age, even though it's not allowed to talk to the players and tap them and everything else. You've got to be so naive, all right? Naive, that's the word I'm going to use. You've got to be so naive to let that happen. Liverpool did. Now, City apparently have already agreed personal terms with Nunes, the same way I think they did it with Paqueta. They'd probably, if they're interested in Eze, they'd probably talk to his agent and they've agreed personal terms there. So the personal terms have been agreed. Now it's up to Wolverhampton Wanderers to see what they do. Now, Wolves are in a really, really poor state at the moment. They've had a really, really bad summer, losing their better players. Lopetegui, their manager, he's gone. He's not happy with. He was not happy, I think, with the players that were not being brought in. He felt he was promised that he would be able to buy players, and instead he's losing his best players. So he's what I think Gary O'Neill's come in. They got thumped the other week. Was it by Brighton? Not looking good at all. They've got apparently very little money to spend. And although it's late in the transfer window, Wolves would be desperate not to lose Matheus Nunes, especially so late in the transfer window. But, and here's the but, they can't score goals for toffee. So maybe they can take the Matheus Nunes money and reinvest it in some players to strengthen their side, because gosh, unless they do something, I don't think they're going to go down. I think Gary O'Neill is a good manager, but I think they need someone who can score goals. They've had so many chances, created so many opportunities, and they can't put that ball in the back of the onion bag. So they need to do something about that. Now, the numbers on Matheus Nunes, it's reported that it's going to be a package of 50 million euros. Okay, that's what City are offering. I'm not sure Wolves will go for that initially. It all depends on how desperate they are for the money, because Wolves paid 38 million pounds for Darwin Nunes, Matheus Nunes, last summer from Sporting. Okay, he's been here 1 year, and 38 million pounds is what, 43 million euros. So they're not making much of an uplift. I'm looking at Paqueta. You know, West Ham paid about 53 for him. They were going to 53 million pounds. They were going to get about 80 million pounds from City. Okay. Now it might be Wolves. If I was Wolves, I'd put that cheeky little thing in to say, can we have an extra 10 million euros and agree somewhere in the middle? That's what I'd be doing. You know, if you're coming in with a 50 million euro offer for your number two choice, We know you're going to pay £80 million for Paquetá. Well, why can't we have a little bit more money out of you, Manchester City? And I think this late in the transfer window, City might agree to that. They might say, yeah, okay, let's get it done. So those are the numbers being offered, about 50 million euro package. Now, what do we know about Matheus Nunes? I'm going to say Darwin Nunes far too often because I was interested in him for the last few seasons. Anyway, Matheus Nunes, he's going to be 25 later this week. So basically, he's 25 years old and came from, I think he was born in Brazil, moved to Portugal, got Portuguese passport, and moved to Wolves last summer. Now, there's only had one season there. He is described, there's lots of, he's described that he can carry the ball well. He's got a bit of strength, power, physicality about him. He plays in the number 8 position or as a part of a double pivot. That's what you could put. Now, would that be defensively alongside Rodri or attackingly alongside KDB or Foden or whoever's in an attacking midfield position? I don't know. But go and see how he carries the ball. I saw one. I've not been looking at a load of videos on him. I saw one video and he carried the ball from defence. Toure-esque, bouncing players off. He had pace, he had power, he had good ball control, and he waltzed through the team. And at the end, he put a lovely pass in to player on the left, and I think Wolves scored. So he's in another that he's not been on my radar. I'll be honest. I'm a Man City fan. I watch a lot of Man City. I very rarely watch Wolves. I might watch them play twice a season against Man City. I'm so busy with other things. I'm not going to pay attention too much. Yes, with some of the, for want of a better word, bigger clubs, I will watch a few of their games. But it's no disrespect to Wolves. I just don't watch them play. So, so I think he's got a good passing range. I've seen that. He's technically very good on the ball, as you'd expect. And apparently Pep is very keen on him. So there's a lot to like about Matheus Nunes. In the past, there's been interest from Liverpool. I see some Liverpool fans are very unhappy at the moment because they were interested apparently in Doku a few years ago. They tried to get him. Nunes, they tried to get him apparently, or they were looking at him. But I think now the ball is. He's a player that I would like because the Paquetá deal is gone. I want bodies. We've lost Gundogan. Mara's senior player's gone. Laporte, another senior player's gone. I do believe we need bodies. I don't want bodies just to pad us out. I don't want depth in terms of average players. I want good players. I want players who will put pressure, who will be able to put pressure on the player who's got the shirt. I'll give you an example. Last season, we got Calvin Phillips. He could not help out Rodri. He could not let Rodri have a rest because he either wasn't fit, was injured, wasn't good enough. Okay, Pep didn't trust him. So Rodri couldn't have a rest because of that. And he didn't put pressure on Rodri to get better. Rodri was never worried, I bet, about his place in the side. And I think you need a challenge. You need competition for places. Jack Grealish has no competition. He doesn't need to excel. He might be doing all right defensively. For me, he's not doing all right offensively or attacking-wise. So he needs competition. Doku might provide that competition. Eze might provide that competition. Okay? So you do need that. And I think Matheus Nunes, the good thing is, and what Pep wants, is flexibility. He wants players who are versatile, who can play more than one position. I think we could play this fella alongside Rodri. I think we could play this fella as an attack, possibly as an attacking midfielder as well, alongside whoever is up there. Okay? There's so much to like about him. But as I was saying, the ball is firmly in Wolverhampton Wanderers' court. Okay? We can't bully them. We shouldn't be so entitled to think we can. Ball's in their court. It's up to them to negotiate. I mean, as we saw West Ham with, was it Kudus? They've had 3 bids. I think they're going to actually get him now. But West Ham fans weren't happy that they'd agreed a deal with Brighton at a certain price and they'd raised it for West Ham. I think it was Kudus one. But we shouldn't be so entitled. I'm not saying West Ham fans are, but we shouldn't feel so entitled that we put a bid in. Wolves should buckle and give him away to us. No, it's their prerogative to charge more money than we're asking for. So, if it goes up to 60 million, hey, look, the market's crazy right now. Who's to say it won't be even crazier next summer? It's crazy right now. And clubs might look at it and think there might be some players that who wanted to buy next year that think, hang on, if we don't go now, it's going to go up 20, 30 million quid. We might not be able to afford him next year. So it is ludicrous. It is just mind-blowing. But anyway, let's finish off on that. Matheus Nunes, City are interested in 50 million euros package. Very, very interested in. He's apparently agreed personal terms. It's just now City need to sort something out with Wolverhampton Wanderers. The sooner Wolves get this done, the sooner they can go out and spend the money. Doku, I expect to be signed today. The deal to be announced today. He's had his medical yesterday. If everything's well, we'll sign today. Matheus Nunes, I mean, look, I can't see him being signed by tomorrow, by the deadline, so he can play this weekend, but we don't need him this weekend. We've got Phil. And hopefully Bernardo's back. But this could move very, very quickly. If Wolves agree to it, it could be done. It could be done tomorrow. It could be done by the weekend. It's not far from Wolves, to come up to Manchester to have a medical and sort everything out. So, hey, guys, it might just happen before we play the game against Sheffield United, and he'll be part of the squad going forwards. Fantastic news. Guys, if you're new to the channel, it would be brilliant if you could subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing to subscribe to the channel. And if you can hit that bell icon, you'll be notified as soon as new videos come out. We'll see you around Blues.